Hi, loves. How are you doing this morning? So, I wanted to hop on and share an experience that I'm having this morning that I think many of you will be able to really relate to. So, I have just launched this new free offering into the world yesterday on my birthday, Divine Feminine in Business, a free 6-day course. And really, the essence of this course is just quickly, this video isn't about this mini course, but it's about what has happened from sharing it in my life. So the essence of this Divine Feminine and Business mini course is that so much of business and marketing is patriarchal in nature and rooted in things that we're not here to anchor into anymore. We're here to anchor in divine feminine frequencies, the union of divine feminine and masculine, and to really share from our hearts and trust that we are supported. And so sharing this into the world has brought up a lot of anxiety in my system. And this happens to me frequently when I launch something new, and particularly with this offering, because the idea of being anchored in your divine feminine presence and literally living your life as a priestess, and then also actually asking for money for that work and having a focused intention that you are allowing yourself to be financially supported for that work, and that you're actually going to intentionally grow your community. You're intentionally going to ask for beautiful clients to come into your sphere. There can be a little bit of controversy around that, and that's what I'm fully aware of. When I'm launching this experience into the world, I'm not launching it in a way that's super masculine in my hustle, all about numbers and growing and profit, because if I was doing that, there's already so much energy in that regard that people would be like, yeah, we've seen that, we know that, that's not controversial to hustle and go for it and make a lot of money. But when you bring in the idea of merging your spirituality with money and merging your divine feminine priestess path with money, that really gets under a lot of people's skin, partially because of really old beliefs that it's not spiritual to receive for money. It's not it's not a part of the path, that negates the path. Money's evil in some way, and if you're tying money to your spiritual work, then it's wrong. And I understand where that's coming from, but for me, it's not my lived reality at this point. Spirituality and money go absolutely hand in hand. And I feel that the goddess herself wants all women to be financially empowered and to be able to feel like they can move around in the world, kind of calling the shots in their life because they have the money and they have that sort of independence. So launching this out into the world is bringing up fear in me, right? And I want to connect with you if there's something that you're potentially wanting to launch into the world. We have to understand this. We have a lot of collective wounding in our DNA and in our chakra bodies, from, if you can even think about like the witch burnings. And so if we're coming public with our spirituality, or if people know about our deep sort of practices or any of that, there's this actually ingrained fear in our collective consciousness as women that it might not be safe for us to express ourselves like that. It might not be safe for us to come out. And so as I was meditating this morning and I was feeling this anxiety, there were these spirit guides that came to me and said, your anxieties are about you really showing up in the world, broadcasting this message that it's safe and it's right to be on your divine feminine path and to receive money for that work. And so, of course, because I have these fears and I'm working through them, I check my Facebook, and I have an ad manager for my first time. In like 6.5 years, I decided to work with a professional to help me spread this message even more. She's like, you got a hater on your ad here. What do you want me to do about it? And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to sit down with this woman's message and just feel into what was true for me. I don't want to like sweep things under the rug just because someone might not agree with what I was doing. I mean, the tone of the comment wasn't exactly respectful, but I did want to sit with that. And so she was saying she had one valid point that I agreed with. I do want to change the word tribe that I was using. So one of the things that happens when you're doing this and you're trying things out in public is sometimes you are going to mess up. And you're going to mess up publicly. And that is like such a huge growing opportunity. So that's one thing also. If you are wanting to share your work and you're going to do it, knowing that, yeah, when you step out into the public arena and you share your heart, sometimes you're going to get things wrong and sometimes people are going to call you out on it. And that needs to be okay. And that's a part of the learning experience. So she said a few things. And one was, stop using the word tribe. And I sat with that and I'm like, you're right. I wasn't really conscious when I was saying, grow your tribe. I wasn't really super conscious of all the connotations of what that tied to. So I asked my ad manager to switch that word out to community. And so that was a valid point, that she had. But the other points, she was saying, stop with spiritual capitalism, things like this, stop with appropriating ancient Egyptian symbols, and stop with gender essentialism. And just sitting with that, each point I really sat with that and I felt this isn't resonant with me. This isn't true for me. I know where I'm coming from. I really know where my intentions are coming from. I know why I use the Ankh. I know why I'm really anchoring into divine feminine energies in this experience. And I know why I'm tying money into this from a very fierce, deep place. So I was able to, change one thing that I felt like, okay, I think she has a point there, and release what wasn't true for me. And this is something that's so important as we step out into the world in a more public arena, is that, we might be judged. And we have to actually let that be okay and let that help us grow as spiritual beings. Because one thing that I know, running a spiritually based business, being a spiritually based entrepreneur, is like literally the best self-help program that I've ever stepped onto. And that's simply, sharing my work with the world. There are different challenges that do come up, but the point is that they help me grow so much as a person. They help grow my confidence so much as a person. So one thing that I really want to connect with you on and communicate with you on is, if you're looking at other people that you're inspired by and saying, well, they're established and they probably don't have these fears. You might be feeling alone, like I'm just starting, or I just want to, start this work and share this work, but you're having fears. Maybe you're having fears that you'll be judged. Maybe you're having fears that it's not spiritual to receive for your work. Maybe you're having fears that it's not going to work out. Maybe you're going to have, having fears that nobody's going to show up to your party. You're going to launch something and no one's going to come. I want you to know that myself and all of my peers who are, running spiritually based businesses and giving really their full hearts into them, are also experiencing those fears from time to time in our own ways. And that does not negate the fact that you can do it and that this path is for you. We're all in this together, creating this new paradigm and finding out our groove. And if you're having fears, please don't let that stop you. And if you're fearful of people judging you, guess what? People are really good at judging one another these days and speaking before they truly feel into their hearts and truly, come into their bodies. And we have to let that be okay. And my experience is that I've had so many more heartfelt messages, so much more genuine interaction, so much more love, like 1,000,000% more of that than I have received hate or judgment as I share my work in the world. So yes, being judged is going to be a little bit of a part of it as you step out more publicly with your work, but also know that the amount of love and connection and community that you receive is also going to be pretty profound. So I want to invite you into this free journey. If this is, resonating with you, if you are a woman who's like, I'm ready to serve the earth and I'm ready to be financially compensated for that work so I can fully focus on it and step into the path that my soul longs to step onto. I have no shame about that. I have no shame about being well financially supported for the work that I'm here to do on this planet, because finances are a direct aspect and gift from spirit. We are abundant in our truths. And there is no shame in receiving for the work that you're here to give. Giving and receiving is a natural cycle. Energy exchange is a natural cycle. So if you want to step more deeply into that frequency, that you can claim that you're comfortable with claiming that and owning that, so you can really show up in the world the way that you want to. So you don't have to work a job that you don't like to get by when you really want to be doing something else. I have a free 6-day journey that we're going to start on Sunday that I'd love for you to sign up for. I have left the link in the title of this video. I'm just going to copy that down into the comments as well so you can see it. And you're invited into this free 6-day journey, and we're going to go super deep in this journey, and I'm really excited. We have an opening ceremony anchoring into the divine feminine frequencies so we can receive our vision. We're going to have 4 beautiful interviews with priestesses and women that really inspire me, that are really walking what I feel is the path of divine feminine in business. And at the end, we're going to have a closing ceremony with a sacred masculine, and we're going to be learning practical, strategic steps that we can implement right away in order to grow our community and receive for our work and feel really good about what we're doing and really anchor onto that pathway of receiving for our work and being a light worker, like a powerful voice. Like this is all about, I want people to understand that this is all about serving Mother Earth. And there might be technology involved, and there might be email signups involved, or there might be a little bit of homework for you, or there might be this, or there might be that. But at the core of what I'm doing and what I'm offering, what I want everyone to understand is this is about serving Mother Earth, and I know you're here to do the same. So if you want to walk with me on that path and feel into how expansive this can be in your life, I've left the link in the title and in the comments as well. So thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If you want to share something maybe that you've been a little bit scared of, why you haven't been going for it, or you have been going for it and there's some like little niggling doubts that come up, please let me know. I would be happy to hear them and to connect with you on that, because I'm so right here with you. Hi Mara, and thanks for the wave. I'm so right here with you in this journey. So much love, and we'll chat soon.